Folks, I'll be sharing my techniques and this technology at these upcoming spaces. Sure hope to meet you there. Good morning, everyone. Today's Friday, October the 12th, and this is the Futures in 5. We're taking a look at the ES here, looking at the time price opportunity tool. Our charts are by motive wave, but you're seeing an auction gap right here in the space. It's very thin, and so the trading here, we're very likely, if we can get up over here and hold, we're very likely to rocket right up into this space. Now, the end of this week is particularly important, folks. Here's the reason for that. Let's take a look at a weekly formation to see what we are looking at in general, and you're going to see that overall our price action is staring right in an area where we have old resistance and support, right? First it's resistance, and now we're looking at support. It's come all the way down into these levels here, and so that is what we have to look at today. We have to see if we can hold these upper edges. Can we hold these drifts that may or may not come into this space? My thought is we probably ought to hold 27.38, or next week is going to give us fresh new bits of selling. If we want to look for more buying, we want to see it up over 27.78, or it's been holding 77.72. That's going to give us a pretty good look at that chart, and you can see it right here in the space. Pay attention to the levels if you are using the space. It's really how we're going to work our performance spaces from the blog. So let's take a look at this as well. Building a lot of pressure right here, but big pockets of empty space in this form. And so as long as we can hold this area around 7106, we should be all right, but we can see that there are lots of sellers here at around 7148. You see this area of thin volume here up above that zone, 7165 or so. We could easily run straight through. Remember, when an auction profile is thin like this, we reject it at the first pass. Once we get up and hold it, it's really like clear skies up ahead until the next place of tons of price acceptance, which is right outside the percentage range here in the space. So, you know, I learned a long time ago that from fast moves come failed moves. That usually tells us we have a reversal. Problem is, we just might have ourselves a pretty big sea change on the horizon, and that might mean that this bouncing action is going to absolutely slam into resistance, and we will rotate. Let's take a look at the YM. Same sort of thing, building volume at a base, everybody trying to hold a bottom. Remember, we've spent almost a year trading in the spaces that say buy the dip and you're going to be successful. Yesterday buying the dip, if you held, not a good plan. I'm not really sure it's going to be a good plan today either. However, if we get up and over this level here at around 2567, 2568, we could easily run through this very big area that has little to no volume on it, and it would take us right back up over 26,000 and then some. So that's super important. And again, how we end this week, going to be really, really a big deal. My supposition is, you know, holding up above 25,100 is going to give us a fair space of trying to recapture the bounce over the next week, week and a half or so. If we can't close above this region, we may easily see much more heavy selling next week. Taking a look at the CL, also on the fade. Take a look at this. We have auction events that are thin all the way back into this area, and we did fade through that. Here's where we held the low. That's right around here. I would say that is probably the more important level, and that's 71.31. As it moves up into the space, you can see the peak that it's sitting right now, so there's a lot of choppy action right here. Obviously, you can see if it pops over, it becomes support, and we can run it into the thin area of bid-ask and the volume events that will allow us to punch the chart back up here. Now, if we lose this region again, our next air pocket as it were, is going to be down around the 70.30 area to 70.20. Taking a look at gold finally, rocket ship to the moon. Um, that's a big rocket ship right there, pulling back, holding support, building new areas of price acceptance. Big auction uh, vacuum right here, and that's all the way down to 1209 really. So we could easily come to this region and hold support unless we decide we're going to move upward. And then in this very broad and sideways patch, you can see essentially that we're up at our old resistance levels, and our thin volume action really thins out at the price rejection events around 1234. All right, good luck trading today. It's going to be a very interesting day.